I had just had my second child. He was maybe 6 months old at the time. And I had found out I was pregnant again. And just a lot of things were happening, and financial stability was a big concern of mine. So I felt that the only option I had was to get an abortion. I tried to wait for a sign, wait for someone to tell me it was gonna be okay, like you'll be fine, maybe the baby should go up for adoption. I waited, and I didn't feel anything. So 13 weeks and 3 days was when I went in.
When I was 15, I was going into my sophomore year of high school, and I was dating a boy that went there. He was a year older than me. A couple months into my sophomore year, I was told by this boy that if I loved him, then I would show him my love for him, and or he was gonna go find it somewhere else. I ended up pregnant.
So I went into the clinic. Immediately they take your money. You're shuffled in a big room of about 40 people. No one's talking, everyone's really like solemn and looking down. The couches were like really torn, the blankets smelled, so you just kind of felt like trash because like nothing was taken care of. Everything was like, it was a dark room. They tell you not to look at the video. They tell you that you don't want to see the picture, that you can if it's your choice, but they don't recommend it.
When I was pregnant with my son, me and his father got into it a lot, and I ended up leaving, and I stayed in a shelter for about a week, pregnant with Junior. And that kind of really just opened my eyes to see like this is not the life, that I want to live.
We were struggling at the time with having a 4-year-old and then a 2-year-old. Me and my husband weren't even ready to have another baby at the time. And the first thing that came to mind was abortion.
He told me that he wanted me to have an abortion. And being Catholic and coming from a Catholic family, that was not an option for us.
So when I had the abortion, they didn't take out all of the genetic material. I was still registering that I was pregnant, and I didn't know that what was happening. So I went out and had relations with the same person, and I actually got pregnant unbeknownst to myself. So when I had the miscarriage, it was actually because there was still genetic material from that abortion. I actually hemorrhaged and I was hospitalized for 2 days. If I wouldn't have gotten pregnant again, I probably would have passed away because I didn't know that there was a growing infection inside of me. When I came to Seneca, everything changed for me. They helped me with finding a counselor so that way I could work through my own independent issues that I've had. They helped me with job training. They helped me with clothes. They've helped me with food, with diapers for my youngest son if I've ever needed it. And most importantly, I was offered a sounding board. I was able to translate my thoughts and understand that God is here for me, that I wasn't neglected because I made this choice.
There is never too much of prayers. You need prayers everywhere we go, especially when you're pregnant. You don't know the kind of spirits that are out there. But just knowing that every time you come to Seneca, you have that warmth, you have the prayers going on for you.
My friend told me that they have this place called Seneca. Go there, and I was like, I heard them, but I've never went there. And I called in and I made an appointment to a case worker. She gave me a date to come in. I came in and she started talking to me. Why wasn't I trying to keep the baby? And I told her I wasn't ready to be a mom of a third child. She started telling me that there's more than choosing abortion.
I was very depressed and very mentally drained. I didn't have any peace in my heart. And I know all of those things because I can see the difference. But when I started coming to Seneca and started speaking with my caseworker, who not only encouraged me, but told me things that were so empowering. It doesn't matter what my boyfriend is gonna do. Me as a woman and a mother, I have to be better for my child. And when I made that my main focus, that's when things started transitioning into this sunshine over my life right now.
My first experience with Seneca was driving up, and parking and looking at the next building, which is the Columbus Women's Health Organization. And then knowing that I had no family here, I had a choice to either go right, which is where the location is, or go left, which was Seneca. And then I come in and the lady in front is so sweet, she's so nice, and she says, "Welcome to Seneca." And then the serenity of the environment. And then just outside, you see how the next building is cold and is strictly for business. And you see Seneca and you see the Sierra's boutique. And it's like, whoa, that beautiful dress could be on my child.
During a tough time of my miscarriage, honestly, it felt like I had a decent sign, like it never happened. I feel like that was my way of coping with it, and I honestly didn't know how to react at that moment, because it felt surreal. It's a real human being. You have to really understand that it's a human person.
The Rachel's Vineyard Retreat is what we offer here at Seneca as part of the healing of loss of a child, whether that's through abortion, miscarriage, or stillbirth. It allows a mother and a father to make amends with the loss of that child.
And when a woman has experienced pregnancy loss, people don't understand that she needs to grieve. And so the post-abortive healing Bible study that we offer deals with how to help women get through any loss of a child. Going through this Bible study, first of all and foremost, shows you the character of God and how His love for you is enough, His forgiveness of you is complete, and how He desires you to be able to forgive yourself and to be able to understand the hurt, and as you remember what God's brought you through, be able to help others.
Started having complications with my pregnancy pretty early on. I think it was 24, 26 weeks that I started having issues, and that included hospitalizations. My doctor literally said, "We're taking this day by day." Seneca staff was on top of it. They were like, "Let us know what you need." There's been times where I've called the Seneca staff and they're saying, "Well, what do you need?" And I'm saying, "Well, he's gonna need crib." And they're like, "We got it, come on, just come up." So they have been such a blessing, because things that I would have had to get that I might not have necessarily had the money to get, that's where everything that people have contributed to Seneca has given back to us, and it has helped in so many ways.
The abortion clinic, and I've seen this in women, that abortion clinics will take your money, they'll take whatever services they can get from you. But when it comes to places like Seneca, they give and give and give and don't ask for one thing back.
Business is different from care. Business next door is different from hope, which is Seneca.
There's always hope if you want help. Even when we feel like God isn't hearing us, He is. He just doesn't move on our time. He moves on His time.
April 27th, 2000, and I went into labor, and I had my daughter, and I held her, and I didn't want to let her go.
And now I'm grateful with my caseworker that she gave me the strength to keep her, and I'm so glad I did not choose abortion.
There should be nobody over there with how much Seneca does and how much Seneca just shows you, hey, you can do it, but I need to ask for the help.
Most people, I don't need help, but it's not bad to have help.
At Seneca, there's hope for everyone. You're surrounded by people who love you, who pray for you.
If you want a better life, if you want better for yourself, for your children, there's always hope.
I am Bree Pendleton, and I am living hope.
Tashika, and I am living hope.
This is my daughter Elizabeth, and we are living hope.
And we're living hope.
We are living hope.
We are living hope.
We are living hope.
The abortion industry's objective is to financially benefit from a woman in a crisis. And they can gross up to $1 million a year right next door just off of these women in these very difficult pregnancies. Seneca is fully funded by the private donations right here in our community. Pretty much, it's a miracle every day that we are able to serve women because of the amazing generosity of donors.